The thing I see wrong with this argument is that it assumes the truth of its conclusion in its premises. In its premises, it defines baby as thing that if you put in a freezer will die, and then it goes on to say that if you put an embryo in a freezer, it will live. Then it concludes by saying, that's why an embryo is not a baby. Hope this helps. This would be like saying birds are animals that fly. Penguins don't fly. Therefore, penguins aren't birds. Obviously, this conclusion is demonstrably false, but it shows that if you define something a certain way, you can arrive at a predetermined conclusion. But aside from that, there's even more problems that need to be addressed inside of this argument. The reason I say this is because when people say baby, they usually don't mean thing that if I put into a freezer, it will die. I mean, if I put a turtle, a cat, or a dog in the freezer for a prolonged period of time, I'm sure that they'll die. But I don't believe people would constitute turtle, dogs, and cats as babies. I think that in most people's conceptions of baby, they just mean a young human child. And a child would just be a human below the age of puberty. And a human embryo is a stage of human development, and it's below the age of puberty, so that would lead me to believe that it's a baby. The conversation about living or dying after being put into a freezer is completely irrelevant.